Today we're diving in to the secret to attracting the audience who actually wants what you teach. Okay? Because I want you to think, let's start off with this question. Have you ever felt like when you're creating content or showing up online, even putting together maybe a workshop or something, it just feels like it's not landing to the people that are following you or to what you may already have existing in the online space? Just take a moment to think about that. And the reason why I have you go there first is because the truth is you may not be working hard enough. Let me clarify. This is because you're trying to speak to everyone. You need to stop speaking to everyone. That is not going to help your case. I know as yoga teachers, when we get our certification, we do it because we love yoga and we believe that yoga is something that can help everybody, which is so true. Yoga can help everybody. But when you are in the online space and you are trying to market yourself or you are building a business in the online space, yoga is not for everybody. You don't, in the sense of you can't teach to everybody, right? Yes, it's for everybody, but when you are doing an online business, you cannot try to reach everyone. That is millions and billions of people, right? So why you're doing this and why you try to reach everyone, you end up then connecting to almost nobody. And this is because you are too broad in who you're trying to reach. And that doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help the people that you're actually trying to reach because they can't see you. It's too muddy. You're trying to get everybody and you're not getting it in front of the right people. And then you're trying to teach everybody and not everybody is interested in what you're teaching. So you have to really find who you're teaching and who you're speaking to. Okay, so this is the secret. When you really clarify what we call a niche, right? When you clarify what that niche is and you know exactly who you want to speak to, then everything is going to become effortless. The content that you create is effortless. The offers you create is effortless. The marketing in general becomes very effortless for you because you always know who that person is that you're speaking to. You have that in your mind and you're speaking directly to them. Okay, so when you do that, what happens is then you can actually reach hundreds of thousands of the right kind of people online effortlessly instead of spinning your wheels trying to reach everybody because in your mind yoga is for everybody and then ultimately not reaching anybody. The online space works very, very differently. So you have to really dive in to who it is that you want to speak to so that that audience actually wants what you teach. Okay? Make sense? So this is why teaching to everyone really doesn't work. Okay? A lot of people or a lot of yoga teachers, especially right out of yoga teacher training, you're just like gung ho, you're ready. You don't have a good coach or a good program to really support you and guide you, create the path for you and how you are going to build your business online. And if that is something that you feel like you're missing, make sure you are commenting empowered so you can get on a call with me or Angelica and we literally roadmap. Like I just said in the beginning of this video, I had so many gals are new to this course from this week, and a lot of them were talking about this topic. So again, that's why I'm bringing this as the topic today. But they took action in knowing that they needed help in building their online business. So if that's what you're feeling, especially coming right out of yoga teacher training and you're ready, you really want to move forward, you cannot get stuck in this loop of yoga is for everybody. And you need help. You need the help, you need the know-how, you need the guidance, you need the fire under your butt. So comment empowered and let's put the fire under your butt, okay? So aside from that, you come out thinking, okay, I'm just gonna make my content broad. It'll attract everybody because yoga is for everybody, right? Somebody is gonna find value in it, and then I'm just gonna continue to do what I'm doing and post the things that I like. Okay, that's not how it works. Sorry to burst your bubble, but genuinely, that's not how it works. The reality is that that's the fastest way to get lost in what's already saturated and all of that noise. Okay. Online, people are looking for solutions to very specific problems. If your content or your offer is too vague, they're just going to scroll right past it. It's not going to connect with them because you're not putting it in front of the right people that it would connect with. Instead, what you need to think about is you need to focus on that one particular audience, that one niche. One example I always like to use is supporting postpartum moms in rebuilding their core strength through yoga and Pilates. Okay, so let's say that is what your message is. Think about how clear that is in comparison to teaching yoga for moms, right? There are so many different kind of moms. What is it that the yoga is going to support or give that transformation for to these moms? Are you focusing on the postpartum? Are you focusing on the core itself? Are you focusing on them as busy moms and fitting yoga in their schedule? Are you focusing on single moms? Are you focusing on sober moms and having healthy habits? What does that look like? You need to get deeper, because if you don't get deeper, then you're teaching too broad and it's just not going to work. You're then and the, what people start to think when we get really, really deep and almost like help you find micro niches is that they think, oh, but then I'm not, inclusive to everybody, or I'm shutting people out, right? No, you're actually opening the door for thousands of the right kind of people. You're not shutting anybody out. You're just putting your expertise in a space and in front of the people that need it. Okay, something that I always say, it's like one of my things that I share with everybody, especially in the empowered course. Again, remember, if you need any help and you really need to nail this down and get some help with going online, make sure you're commenting empowered, even in the replay. I will find this. I will send you the link to chat with me and Angelica. We are really want you to be successful. So book a call and comment empowered, and I'll send it to you. Oh, my Lucia barked. Sorry. Where was I going with this? Yes, the one thing that I always say, there is no other you like you in this world. So you could think that going online can be difficult because it's saturated, or I don't know who I'm going to speak to, or so on and so forth. All of the negativity bias that comes in when you're ready to build a business, right? That is never going to be the case, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. Because yes, there are a lot of people online. Every market is saturated, every single one. But what the difference is that when you show up authentically and you know exactly who you're talking to, you're creating your content for this particular audience that needs the transformation that you're giving from the expertise that you have it, the way that only you can deliver it, there is an audience out there for you. They are, in fact, actually waiting for you. Like, think about it. If you go to a yoga class, right, and maybe it's a new yoga teacher, and yeah, they did a pretty good sequence, but maybe it's something that you didn't really connect with because you really like the yoga teacher that's on Mondays and Fridays, not the one that you just went to on Thursday. Nothing wrong with her, just wasn't really your style. So you're probably not going to go back to that class, right? And that's because she probably spoke to most of that people in that class. They're probably regulars in that class because the way she delivers her yoga class is something that they resonate with. It wasn't really something that you resonated with. Again, nothing was wrong with it, right? You just really like the other teacher because you resonate with them. That is what it is to be online. There is no other you like you. You are going to be the only one to deliver your expertise in this very unique way that you can deliver it. And there is, I guarantee you, an audience out there that is looking and waiting to connect with somebody like you on this. Okay, so again, that is why teaching everyone does not work. You cannot be broad. You have to be very specific, and you have to ensure you're getting in front of those people. Okay, so what is the secret to attracting the right kind of audience, right? I'm telling you, like, that you can't teach everybody. So who do you teach, right? So there are 4 different secrets that I want to share with you on this training that will hopefully get the wheels turning for you. And then when you comment empowered and you book a call with Angelica and I, you have a good understanding of where you might go, and then we can help you get even farther along the way while you build your business online. Okay? So, secret number 1, you need to know who you're talking to. I know. It's like so obvious, but can be challenging at the same time. You have to know exactly who you're talking to. You need to know how to define the person that you want to serve, their struggles, their goals, their desires. Like, you quite literally need to go back to the basics. Okay, so for example, women who like yoga, you need to narrow it down. What women? Postpartum moms. Okay, what about postpartum moms? Well, postpartum moms, they probably need healthier habits to, to incorporate back in this new phase of life. Maybe they want to build their core strength again, like I said before. Okay, great. So you are focusing on yoga for postpartum moms who want to build their core strength. It's not simple as that. You do have to do a little bit more, obviously, work on the back end, but that is essentially what I'm trying to say. You have to define who you're serving. Who is it? What is it that they need? What is the transformation that they're looking for that you can provide them with? And in the meantime, what are they struggling with? What is their goals with this transformation? What have they been desiring that you can provide to them? That is knowing exactly who you're talking to. That is secret number one. You have to know who you're talking to. You have to know. You can't just willy-nilly start posting things that you like, because chances are it's not going to resonate with the people that you're trying to serve. You have to create content for people that you are speaking to. Okay? That leads me to my second secret. Create content that speaks to that person. Content is going to become easier for you when you really do know who it is that you are speaking to and what that person is searching for. You're almost reverse engineering your online presence, really. So you're thinking about who it is that you need to speak to. Then you're thinking about, okay, so what is the transformation that they may be looking for? Let me create content that speaks to that. Because then on the flip side, your audience is actually more than likely going to spend more time on your content when they see things that they are looking for. Right? So, for example, a video that could be titled a 10-minute yoga flow for, excuse me, for busy moms who need energy fast. That would be a good content piece for somebody who's focusing on busy single moms, right? Yoga for busy single moms. That would be 10 minutes. It fits in their day. It's solving a problem that they are busy. They don't have a lot of time, that they are also a mom. So it's something that they can maybe even do with the baby just crawling around on the floor next to them, right? Whatever that looks like, you get my drift. You need to create the content that speaks to them. So once you have the transformation in mind, then you can literally just jot down 10, 15, 20 different points that you can provide or that you can create that would speak to the transformation they're looking for. Okay, so it's secret number one and number two, they go hand in hand. Number one, know who you're talking to. Number two, create the content that speaks to the person that you're talking to. Okay, third secret, you need to drive the right kind of traffic to you. Okay, marketing isn't about being everywhere all at once. It's about showing up where your audience is. Okay, you need to know where your audience goes, where they live online. Are they TikTok people? Are they Instagram people? Are they Facebook people? Where do they live online? What groups are they a part of? Right? What accounts do they follow? Right? You need to know these things about the people that you are trying to serve because you need to position yourself in front of them. And if you need to know better and deeper about how you can do that, we literally walk you through. That is the whole first section of working with us. We literally roadmap all of this with you. So make sure if this is something that is deep on your heart and you're really, really struggling with this, and it can be difficult. It can be difficult to really like nail this down. You might have a good idea, but I can guarantee you can go deeper. I guarantee you can go deeper. So comment empowered, really comment empowered and get on a call with Angelica or I, because genuinely this is, we harp so much on this beginning part in our course, and we really, really roadmap this for you so you can be successful, because this is the foundation that you need. Okay, you have to drive the right kind of traffic to what it is that you're offering them. Okay, where do they live online? What are they looking at? What do they like? What do they follow? What groups are they a part of? So on and so forth. My very last secret to you, my fourth secret, is you have to stay relevant, stay consistent, and stay focused. That is the only way that you can be successful. When you are online, it is not just a one-time thing you are posting one time a week. No, you need to be creating this content for as long as you want to be relevant online. You need to be consistent with it. You need to be focused with it. Focused in the sense that you always know where your audience is, what they're doing, what the trends are. You need to stay consistent as far as staying in front of them and being relevant. Constantly creating that kind of content that speaks to them, because you will need to do this for as long as you want to be online. Okay, because what this does is it turns from posting randomly to creating strategic style content. It's not just stuff that you like. It's not just stuff that you're just like, okay, great, let me post this. It's probably gonna reach somebody. It might, but if you're not strategic about it, if you're not staying relevant, if you're not consistent, it's not going to be in front of the right kind of audience, and then it's not going to do what you want it to do. And that's what we want to do. We ultimately want to change the lives of the audience we want to speak to, but at the same time, we want to be able to build a return on it. And then whatever your goal is with being online, ultimately do that. Whether it's leave your shitty job, or just be able to supplement some income, or really just start to live your dream and your passion. Maybe you've been a stay-at-home mom for X amount of time and you don't want to go back to a corporate job. You just want to do something you love that's online so you can be home with your babies, right? You still, what this is it's supporting the transformation and the service that you want to provide to others. Being a yoga teacher, that's what we are. We're very service oriented people, right? But it's also giving you the return that you need to continue to service these people, but also live the life that you choose and have the freedom that you choose. That's why our course is called the Empowered Yoga Teacher Freedom Course, because that's what it gives you. So make sure you're commenting empowered if this is really what you need and you really are like ready to take action, because we only work with those that want to take action. We put the fire under your butt so you make it happen. Okay, so that is my 4 secrets to you as to why teaching to everybody does not work, and how to attract the right kind of audience that actually wants what you teach. Let's do a quick recap before we wrap up. Number 1, know exactly who you are talking to. Define that person. What are their struggles, their desires, their goals? Number 2, create content that speaks to them. What kind of content is going to make it easier and draw them to that transformation you're trying to draw them to? 3, you need to drive the right kind of traffic. So it's not about being everywhere all at once. Show up where your audience is. Where do they live? Are they on TikTok? Are they on YouTube? Where are they? What are they following? Get in front of them. And secret number 4, stay in front of them. Stay relevant, stay consistent, and stay focused. Stay on top of what your messaging is to them. And I guarantee you, the more consistently that you do that and the more on top of it that you do that with really good style content, you will start to attract the audience that needs what you are teaching them. Okay. Again, if you need help, Comment Empowered will get you in there. So when you really know your audience, your content, like I said, starts to become so much easier. Your marketing is sharper, and you can really tell that your marketing is sharper when you start to do this more consistently and kind of have a bird's eye view of where you are in your business. You got to have a different mindset. Maybe we'll talk about that again next week. Is really just shifting the perspective, right? I know we did some of that last week, but maybe we'll dive deeper next week. I don't know. We'll see what I'm inspired by this weekend. But that way, whatever it is that you're offering them is gonna translate effortlessly. And the best part is that you're no longer exhausting yourself trying to literally reach and save everybody with yoga. We wish that we could. We genuinely do. And I totally understand. Not only is yoga for everybody, but it is for everybody. And if everybody knew that, then maybe this world would be a little bit different. But that is not the case. And you cannot teach everybody. It just is what it is, especially in the online space. So really find out what your expertise is and hone in on that. Understand who you're speaking to, get really micro about it, and then present that in a way that they can see it, getting it in front of them, and that'll that'll translate into a transformation for them and a return for you. And that's what's going to allow you to grow online, build your consistent income, and actually enjoy your business. Okay, so again, if you're listening and you're thinking, this is what I need clarity on my niche, I need to know how to bring the right people in front of me, that is exactly, again, what we help teachers do in the Empowered Yoga Teacher Freedom course. So this is where we walk you step by step by step through defining your audience, building what you need to build, creating the content that connects with you, and driving the right kind of traffic back to what it is that you're offering. You don't need to spin your wheels anymore. You don't need to be in a place where you're just like, if I could, if I should, what? Get out of it. Comment Empowered, get on a call with Angelica or I, and we will show you what has happened. or what is not what has happened, what is available to you and how to make it happen. I was trying to say two things at once. Anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you were here live, thank you so much for watching the replay. If you're watching the replay, make sure you're commenting empowered. I will get you the link so that you can get on the phone with me or Angelica. And if you need some help with creating some content or at least some ideas, comment freebie. We have a 30-day content calendar that I am happy to share with you. That'll help you really get kick-started on social media. Once you kind of have this idea of the audience, you can truly use this content calendar to like almost map out how you would speak to them. You just have to obviously know your audience and translate it to that. So if you want that comment freebie, I will message that to you in the DMs. And that's about it for me. Happy Friday to you all. I wish you all a beautiful and blessed weekend. And that's it. I'll see you soon. Bye. How do I end this? There we go. End. Okay, bye.